I don't want to see anyone spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on their face and you haven't washed your genitals in a few weeks.
Okay, we're about to watch something that I just came across from another video, and it made me think that, oh my god, that is fucking gross. Now, I'm going to explain things later, but we're just going to go ahead and start with it for now and see what you think.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a waxer. We need to have a chat. There is a certain level of personal hygiene that I think people don't realize you have to take extra care of the bits and goodies that are downstairs when you're a woman. Like, this is why people have sit-down air, if you don't know. This is why people have sit-down air, because they are not clean down there. So I've had situations where, like, clients genuinely, I have a hard time waxing them because of odors and things like that. If you come and you have feces smeared all the way up to your vulva, the entire room smells like poop. And you would be surprised that it happens as often as it does. I don't want to see anyone spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on their face and you haven't washed your genitals in a few weeks. Video and say, I'm not trying to shame anyone. I'm just being super honest. Being a woman, a waxer, you realize that not everyone grew up with the same knowledge of hygiene, feminine hygiene as you. And like I said, this is more meant so to be educational, but I need to set the scene so you guys understand what it's like when some people lay down on a table. Now you have to understand, as a waxer.
And personally, I love going down. I love going down on a woman. I love making out with women. Oh God, it's kind of shameful to say this. I think making out with women is more intimate than taking a rubber, wrapping up my dick, and fucking a girl. Than is less intimate than making out with a woman, you know, tongue and just making all over. It sounds funny, but I mean, there's a distance. You know, you got a rubber on. You know, you got a condom. You don't have to kiss each other. You don't have to touch each other. You're just fucking knocking it out just to do it. That's what guys do. You know, if I'm gonna make out with a girl, man, she's gotta be clean. You know, I got pride. I got certain standards. But what this woman is saying, you know, they got poop, shit up in their vagina, the poontang. Oh God.
There's a lot of things that I don't care about. You're like, oh, my hair is so long. I don't care. That's the point. Like, sorry, I'm sweating like in the middle of the wax. Girl, I don't care. I don't care about your hyperpigmentation. I don't care about your ingrown hairs, your weight. I don't care about your size. I don't care what you wore to come. Like, I don't care. But there is a certain level of personal hygiene that I think people don't realize you have to take extra care of the bits and goodies that are downstairs when you're a woman. There are things that if you do not learn as a child growing up, you really don't know. Men don't really care when they're having with you. So then when you have another woman down there, a service provider, it's like, wait, just so you know, this is going on downstairs. Honest, if you didn't know this, now you know. You need to wipe front to back. As a waxer, when you wipe back to front, I can tell. Your feces is smearing into your discharge, and it's all the way up the front of you. Now, obviously, this has a smell, but this is like severely unhygienic. It's introducing a lot of bacteria into the area, and you are very prone to UTIs when this happens. And honestly speaking, some women don't know this. Like, genuinely don't know, because honestly, wiping back to front is easier, but it's not right. You should be exfoliating your whole body. You need to use a washcloth or a loofah of some sort. I use a silicone loofah because it is not harboring with bacteria as like a netted loofah.
Guys can go front to back. I mean, back to front, because, you know, we can just grab our sack and our dick. We can just grab our whole wad and just, you know, but if you really think about it, people should be like animals, where it all just comes out as just like this big long loaf, you know, broken into pieces, whatever, and there's not much remaining, you know, just a little to whatever that they end up cleaning off themselves by licking it. But, you know, people should be like that, but it's all the ingredients they put in our food, the food preservatives, all the spices that we use, all the, you know, ingredients and chemicals they put in foods, you know, all the processed foods, you know, it just comes out all just, woo. But, you know, it shouldn't be that bad. We shouldn't really need a lot of toilet paper. I use the flushable wet wipes, and there ain't much. It's just one boop, and it's done, and I'm good. Um, but that's disgusting. People shouldn't be making. There should not be a mess.
To use something to wash your body, you need to wash your whole body. You need to spread your cheeks and get the water in between your cheeks when you're in the shower. You need to wash your legs. You need to wash your feet. You cannot just use your hands. It may not seem like a hygiene thing, but this is a respect and a manners thing. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients come in. Hey, sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was at a workout class. Hey, sorry I'm a few minutes late. I just came from the gym. Why would you do that? And listen, I'm one for charging a late fee and a no-show fee. I will charge you. But if you're like, hey, I was just at the gym and I am sweaty down there and I just worked out for 2 hours, or I just came from a hot mat class, a hot yoga class, I need to shower before my wax appointment, I promise you, I might even give you a discount. If you are sexually active with your partner before your appointment, chances are high that we know. Number one, it has a smell. But if it's inside of you, it's coming out on our table. When we pull the strip, you lose control of that area in your pelvic floor for like a few seconds here and there. It comes out. And listen, that's your business. Do what you need to do. I'm grown. I'm pregnant. I get it. It gets to a point where like you need to have that under control because before everything is out on the table. Because everything will be out on the table. Believe that. Unfortunately for me, it will be. So even just like that's a manners thing. That's something we need to be mindful of for going to our appointments. Like this is why people have sit down hair.
It's amazing how many people just don't have the common courtesy to make sure that themselves are clean and hygienic for the person doing the waxing. The thoughtlessness of so many people is just despicable.
You don't know. This is why people have sit down hair, because they are not clean down there, and this is the area of you that you never see and that you can't really get to. That's why people come and get waxed, because nobody's trying to shave in between the crevices, but they do need to be clean.
I'll tell you right now though, I don't like shaved. I don't like shaved pussies. I don't like it shaved. I like trimmed and well kept. I like a bikini cut. I like to see some fluff. I like to feel fluff. I like it in my face, when I'm down there. I don't want to see a prepubescent pussy. I don't want to see a little girl vajayjay. I don't want to see something that reminds me of a little girl. I want to see a woman.
And number one, the reasons that I'm saying this is because, so I've had situations where, clients genuinely, I have a hard time waxing them because of odors and things like that. Mind you, I am pregnant, so I'm sensitive, but, even before then, if you come and you have feces smeared all the way up to your vulva, the entire room smells like poop. I got clients after you, and then now I'm running late because I'm trying to air out the room. Mind you, I'm face first in your crotch, trying to do service for you. I need you guys to understand, although I'm being, firm in this video, trying to be educational, I'm not trying to shame them. People literally don't know, and that's okay. And like I said, there's a lot of things I don't care about when I wax you. Even people be farting on the table, stuff like that. People be farting on the table when I get facials when they're asleep. You really can't help, especially when you're, spread eagle, butt naked on a bed. It happens when I'm pulling the strip. That's totally fine. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Things like that, though, that's fine. But the things that you can control, you need to control. And not just because you're getting a wax. You need to control these things because this is your body and your health. Especially if you are someone that is sexually active and
all this while she's eating.
has a sexual partner, man, woman, whoever. And, check yourselves. I would say it's a small percentage of women watching this video that have ever taken a mirror or their phone and gone like this. Listen, it's not always a pretty sight. It's not. And really looked at yourself. You should not have toilet paper crumbs that have been in your lips for a few days. And the first time they're getting out is when I'm waxing them out. There was a time that I thought a client had a tampon in, which is totally fine. I wax clients on their period all the time. I just tell them I do prefer that you wear a tampon. I don't want you to free bleed onto the table. Just thought she had a tampon in. I go to move the string because I'm trying to get this side. It's toilet paper that has been wadded up so far into her lips that it looked like a tampon string. But there's just so many things that if I were to tell y'all, you would be like, why do people do that? And you would be surprised that it happens as often as it does. Just telling you, be mindful when you're going into these services. But beyond the fact that it's for the services, this is your health. Things build up, things accumulate, bacteria harbors. Bacteria loves moisture, bacteria loves heat.